So here we have a sequence 2n minus 1 factorial over 2n plus 1 factorial. With this one, we're going to infinity, of course, and we need to find out if it's really going to converge or diverge. If it converges, that means it has a real value at the end. If it diverges, it means it just keeps going to infinity and does not reach any sort of real value. So how do you do this? The way you do this is you have to know what factorial means. So what does factorial mean? Factorial, if you had 4 factorial, that would be the same as 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So notice you're just subtracting 1 and multiplying by that. Subtracting 1 and multiplying by that. Subtracting 1 and multiplying by that. And you always reach 1. So that's all you're doing. That's all factorial really means. So we can apply that knowledge to this. Let's rewrite our sequence knowing what factorial actually means. So we have 2n plus 1 is the term that's going to be multiplied. What's it going to be multiplied by? It's going to be multiplied by 1 less than this. 1 less. What's 1 less than this? Subtract 1 times 2n. What's 1 less than this? Times 2n minus 1. And you would keep going, right? You would just keep going. 2n minus 2, 2n minus 3, 2n minus 4, until you got to 1. But we don't need to write all that stuff because we already have something to cancel out. We already have something to cancel out. This cancels out with this. And every succeeding multiplication here is contained here in this factorial. So we don't need this. We can cancel this, and now we have a much more beautiful version of this sequence to work with. So now we have 1 over 2n plus 1 times 2n. Now that we have this sequence, we can notice that this is automatically going to infinity. I mean, we're going to plug in the limit as n approaches infinity. And what I mean by this is going to infinity, I mean the denominator. I don't mean the entire thing. I don't mean the sequence is going to infinity. The denominator here is what I'm looking at. It is going to go to infinity. But we could go ahead and show it to ourselves. We've got 1 over 2n over 4n squared plus 2n. And so whenever we have something like this, and it's under a constant, it's under 1. So there's no way that this is going to be saved, from going to infinity, this denominator here. You can't, you don't have other variables here to cancel out. You've got nothing. This denominator is going to infinity. This is going to infinity. And 1 over infinity is just 0. So this is going to converge to 0. Converges to 0.